It's big dog season, and you can't stay still because you want it. Talk that talk, George. You still scraping your plate because you're hungry. Talk that talk.
Good morning. Today it is Thursday, November 13th. It's 11:35 a.m. The pool company's on their way over here to bother me with this pool. We're going to sit down here and go over some of this nonsense that I'm so sick of that pool. I should have did this pool 3 years ago. When I first bought this house in 2022, that was the first thing I should have did was done this pool and put a roof on this house. Those were the two biggest expenses I've spent over here, and that would have dictated. And I really could have got the kitchen that I really wanted in this house. I didn't get the kitchen I wanted. Dealing with some worker that lied about everything. So 8 weeks, 2 weeks, somebody told me a bunch of bullshit. The cabinets was all wrong, the countertops was wrong, everything was totally fucked up. And I just kind of been living with it. Can't change it now. It's there. Never again. I'm doing my next house, if there is a next house. I'm doing my own project from the rooter to the way I want to do it, like I should have did here. I wanted to move the kitchen to a different location. I didn't do that. I didn't get the cabinets I wanted, didn't get the countertops I wanted, didn't get nothing I wanted. And it's done. So I guess that's most important now. But it is disappointing when you're working on a project and you hire somebody, and unfortunately changes keep happening that end up changing the project from what you really started with. And the same thing happened with this pool. The pool changed so many different times. I don't even... it's being done, but wasn't really what I wanted. And I guess that's part of life here. Who knows? But anyway, they're coming over here so we can go over a few things. And just, y'all know if y'all see Grayson here, he's down there on my feet, just holding on for dear life. Just smelly, stinky, dirty, digging in the dirt. Every time we go outside, he just starts digging in the dirt. Why are you digging in that damn dirt? You get dirt in your fur, and you smell it, dirty, digging in the dirt. I have no idea what he's digging for. I guess he's trying to get down to China. Who knows? He just be digging away. I saw a comment somebody had made on one of my posts, and he was saying that he lived in the gay lifestyle, and he didn't see any of the stuff. He has not experienced any of the negative stuff that I had described in the community. I'm sure you all read the comments. And I told him he should be lucky that, he has been able to live a life without seeing y'all. And the reason I'm bringing this up, I'm a black man. We know it's rough out here for black people, period. I don't care if you're a man, woman, black people have it rough in the United States. And we can go down to any neighborhood and see a poverty-filled neighborhood with people on welfare, can't get out, drugs, violence, shootings, housing projects. A lot of blacks are unfortunately trapped in those neighborhoods, and some of them can't get out. When I first moved to Atlanta, with housing projects everywhere. They've since torn the vast majority of them down. But I read a report somewhere recently, they say only 5% of people born into poverty, 5% make it out. So, not everybody black is living in a housing project. I've never lived in one. I've never lived in poverty. I've always had a nice place to live. I've never been homeless at this stage in my life. I'm not to be homeless. But dealing with this fucking house, ain't no telling what gonna happen over here. I'll be homeless. I couldn't pay for it no more. But there are some bad aspects. Some parts of the black community can be rough. So for us to sit here and just say, oh, well, I'm black, but I don't have that going on in my life. But were you going to ignore all the poverty that's going on? Yeah, I might be sitting up in the house that's worth $2 million on paper. I wish I could sell it for $2 million. I got lucky with this one. Everybody else upside down, including my neighbor over here. She ain't put no money in her house, so that's one. I did invest in my house, and my house is worth literally $2 million. I put some money into this house. I did some nice improvements to this house that made this house worth that type of money. I got lucky, but a lot of people buying houses and they're upside down. So, at the same time I bought my house, some people on the south side of town, South Fulton County, and shouldn't have been down there any damn way. Bought a house $700,000, $800,000, $900,000. That shit worth $700,000 now. can predict that. And location. You better go where them white folks running to. Our neighborhoods are improving. But y'all, it's rough living in the black community, in the gay community, white or black, because there are so many negatives, and you can get caught up in it. And you have to look around and say, is this the life I want for me? Like I just said, as a black person, we see what's going on in certain neighborhoods. We see the ghetto. We know where it's at. Do you want to live there? Do you want to get caught up in that mess? Do you want to be down there around the drug dealers and the prostitutes and whatever issues are going on down in those environments? No. Not if you don't. Some people enjoy that type of environment. Some people want to live in those types of places. Some of us don't. Some of us want to live someplace nice. I don't like rough neighborhoods. I don't like ghetto neighborhoods. You know, I've lived in neighborhoods going through gentrification that were rough, and I said, oh boy, I can't wait to get the fuck up out of here because this ain't moving fast enough. In fact, I have a friend right now who paid $700,000 for a house off Donald Lee Howe. And him and his partner, they bought this house a few years back. And they said the change ain't coming fast enough for them, they want out. I said, well, y'all just be patient. They said, we can't do this. He said, well, you know what, we can sell this house, we're going to sell. It's a brand new construction. It's a beautiful home. I said, that's your dream house. He said, yeah, but we can't deal with this neighborhood. And it is rough over there off Donald Lee Howe. Is it improving? It is, but it ain't fast enough. That shit's slow. And he's like, you know, he just can't take it no more. They're just tired of, you know, I get it. And so I didn't move over there. I was trying to find something over there, but they wanted $700,000, $800,000. I'm like, who paying this for this type of money? And I knew that was going to be a mistake. Why would you go down to one of these raggedy-ass neighborhoods and pay that type of money for a house so you can be harassed by everybody down there? No grocery store for miles. Can't even stop at the gas station and get some gas. It's just terrible. But I do think Donald Lee Howe will, in the next 10 to 15 years, the Bluff and all those areas is going to be completely different. You just got to be patient. The gay community is improving. You just have to be patient and choose wisely who you want to deal with friends, associates, clubs, parties. I've been in a lot of functions and parties where everybody was doing drugs and stuff. I don't go to those parties. If I know they're going to be doing a lot of coke and meth and drugs at these parties and marijuana and brown, I don't go to those events. I already know what's going to happen. I did go to the party a few weeks ago. It was very nice. It was a very elegant affair. It was a birthday party. It was really, really, really nice. So, but I made sure before I even went there to ask questions like who's having this party, what type of event it is, and you know, just to see what was going on. So I strongly feel that we determine how we want our lives to be led. I have some friends who love going to parties where there's drugs and sex and orgies, and they love it. They absolutely love it. They don't, if it's something ain't going on, if it's not a dark room or somebody ain't got coke or meth, they don't even want to go. Where I don't want to live my life like that. And I'm starting to see more and more guys saying reject that lifestyle. But at the same time, it's still a large group of people who attend these functions. But you can decide how you want to live your life. Whether it's gay, straight, black, white, we all have to make decisions. How you want to live your life, where you want to live your life, and what you want to do with your life. That's up to you. And hopefully you'll make right decisions that will impact your life in a positive way. Well, the pool people are here, so let me go down here. Let me put my shoes on because it's a muddy mess down here. Let me put these dogs up and go down here and see what they're talking about. You know my fucking nerves. But anyway, today is Thursday, November 13th. Let me get them on out of the way so I get this over, so I get my day started. It's nice out here. So I came outside. It's beautiful out here today. Anyway, we'll talk later. I'm out. I'll speak to y'all later. I'm out. Bye.